Hey everybody, I'm Jimmy Rants. I don't really have a rant for you today, but you never know, it may turn out to be one before it's all over with. This is just sitting around the Cracker Barrel, and we're just gonna shuck and jive, like friends would do. Y'all just come on in the kitchen, just pull up a chair, grab you a donut over there and some coffee, a Coke or whatever, and just sit down and let's just shoot the breeze. I've had a lot of people asking me, how am I doing? Because I've been kind of griping about my health. See, I'm not used to kind of being sickly like, so whenever I get sick, it's a big deal to me. You know what I mean? I don't really feel sick. I just don't feel healthy, if that makes any sense. But anyway, I told y'all yesterday that I went to the VA. That's who takes care of me in town. And when I got there, they were closed because they had a big, massive power outage. But they got it fixed, and so I drove down there today, and I have my laboratory work done, which that is for my primary physician at the VA. And then I also had a couple x-rays done today, but they told me I won't know about, gotta always itch, whenever you make a video. They said that I'll know something in about 2 days that I can check online or something, and they'll let me know online. But then not tomorrow, but the next day I have to go to pulmonology at this big hospital here. It's supposed to be a good hospital. The only thing that makes me a little nervous is the same hospital that my dad died in, and it's the same hospital that my wife died in. So I got to try to push that out of my mind a little bit, I guess that's what happens. So I made a little video, a little short, some stupid, because like I said, a lot of people have been asking me, how am I doing? And rather than write 75 to 100 letters or messages or whatever you call it, I thought, let me just make a little video and tell everybody, and maybe that'll slow some of that down. I made a video not long ago saying, I get so sick of people asking me how you doing, but you know what, really, when I think about it, it's kind of sweet. It's sweet in a way because it shows me that there's people out there that do care. So, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Whenever I got back from the VA from my lab work and stuff today, I forgot that I ordered something. I'm going to show you what it is in a minute. Here's a little box of these little jokers. Now, let me show you what these little jokers are. And let me grab them. They're kind of small, but each one look different from the other. So let me show y'all what I got. I forgot totally all about this. Let me see if y'all can see these things. Can y'all see that? Yeah. I got a bunch of little skeleton heads. I don't know how many I got, but I ordered a bunch of them. I got them on Amazon, and I don't want them to fall out of here, but I got a bunch of them in there. And I think I'm going to incorporate that somehow in my next spooky town. The Eternal Springs, I believe is what we named it. And I'm waiting for some other things to come in. That's why I can't start my spooky village. But I'm not going to wait until Halloween. I did a video about why everybody thinks they got to wait until Halloween to do a spooky village. No, you don't. No, you don't. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm going to make a kind of like what's in my mind. Now, what's in my mind now and the way it's going to eventually turn out, that could be two different things. But I want to create like this city. And it's like a city in anywhere in the world. It could be anywhere. It could be in the Netherlands. It could be in Australia. It could be in the UK. It could be anywhere. It could be in Iraq. I don't care where, the United States. And we're going to call it Eternal Springs. And what these springs are going to be like waterfalls and rivers of nothing but like this toxic waste. And it'll be like a fluorescent yellow-green is what it's going to be. And we'll make some stuff where we'll make it like where people will go to the river and they're having fun in this little Eternal Springs, this little town. And this is normal in their town. And they're all kind of weirdos, they're all kind of strange people that live in this place. And that's what this is all about. And so you may be driving down the interstate and you take a side road because you want to get some gas or fuel or something, get something to eat. And all of a sudden you find yourself in Eternal Springs and you're kind of creeped out, you know? So we're going to build a little town like that. Again, I've got some stuff ordered and it's kind of, well, it just seems like it's taking a long time. There's one thing that I have ordered. It's not coming in until the middle of April. And to tell you the truth, I can't even remember what it is I ordered. But it has something to do with the Spooky Village. I got something else in the mail today, and I know this is going to thrill you. Y'all know what this is here? Can y'all see that? Here, let me get out the way. Let me see. This is for lazy people like me that when you want to tune your guitar, this will help you get it tuned up. Yeah. Anyway, I knew that would thrill you to death. So I don't really have a whole lot to talk about. I've been trying to rest as much as I can. Actually, I've been sleeping a lot during the day, which is unusual. I never take naps. But lately, I've been taking some naps. I guess my body needs some rest. I don't know. I'm hoping when this is all over that I hope the bottom line is I have nothing more than like a sinus infection like I've never had before. And it drips in my throat. It irritates my throat. That's why I sound like Barry White the other day, you know. That was kind of fun sounding like Barry White. I hate being sick, but it was cool being Barry White. You know, that was kind of fun, really. What was that little song or that little thing I said? Wipe the stuff off your lips, slide over here, and let's get started. I thought that was kind of funny. I was hoping you'd get a kick out of it. You guys have to understand, you don't have to, but try to understand if you can, my personality. I'm like this kind of mean old, grumpy old man on YouTube, the Jimmy Rants. But I'd like to think that I have a good heart. I really do. I like people and I like to help people when I can. But I'm very passionate about certain things. There's certain things that I just detest. And there's things that I love. I love when people help other people. I love it whenever people when they try their best to be like a goodwill server. You know what I mean? Like, try to do good for other people. Do as good as you can for the whole rather than for the few. I think that's really cool. And then there's really things that I detest, and it's like people trying to use people. Especially, that's whenever I go ballistic when I'm talking about the e-beggars and the moochers and the grifters and the lollygags and the scumbags and the dipshits and bottom feeders and halfwits. I lump them all in one big group. I can't stand channels on YouTube that their main focus is just making money. I have nothing against making money, but I don't like making money off of the gullibility of people. And these people tune in and watch some of these people, and all they're doing is they're just being used. They're being used for views and for money, and I detest that. So I talk about that a lot. I'm not going to tie you up a lot. I got my little hound dog down here. I hear him walking around. I think he needs a little potty break, so I'm going to be a good daddy and take him out on the back deck. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Not a whole lot going on. I feel kind of okay, kind of, sort of. I could be better, but I don't feel like I'm dying or anything. So we'll know Thursday. We'll know more whenever I do this 2 hours of testing at Pulmonary. Okay, guys, thanks a lot. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm Jimmy Rants.